Okay, everyone, welcome to the kickoff team training. I am extremely excited to talk to you guys tonight. I have a topic that I think is going to be helpful for everybody. I had a lot of thought process on what I thought was going to be the best thing to kick off the year and get everyone really excited. This is the time everybody's really motivated, not only with their health goals, but typically as coaches, and I want to grab onto that momentum. I don't know what is going down in my living room right now. Sounds like Pat is trying to beat something up. But everyone kind of is excited at this time of year. I feel like this is the time of year where everyone feels motivated, and some people will take that and they will run with it. And I'm hoping that a good chunk of our team is that group that goes and runs with it. So we're going to jump into the team training. So share screen. All right, here we go, my friends. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do, so this is our, like I said, this is our kickoff opening training for the year, and it's titled Get Back Up Again, which is, I don't know if any of you guys saw, I posted a video, and I'll talk about it in a minute, but our whole team training is based off of a kid's movie. So hopefully everyone is still on base with me and doesn't jump off the team training because I just said that, but I promise I have a good point for why we're talking about this. But I do want to give you guys some reminders. There is a lot of stuff going on right now. Like, who feels overwhelmed? I can't see everyone's faces, but I feel like every time I turn around, there's something new coming out or a new FAQ or something under the breaking news. And I'm like, oh, so I just wanted to kind of review with you guys some of the main stuff that's going on right now. The All Access On Demand Challenge Pack and just the All Access On Demand. If you've not looked into it, if you haven't signed up for it, or you have people that are interested, I forgot to put the FAQ number. I was going to update those before we went on tonight. But if you go under breaking news, it's under breaking news. It's like 300 or 3,000 and something, I think, is the FAQ. But there's a bunch of FAQs on it. So if you go to the FAQ section and you search All Access On Demand, it'll pull up all the different ones. But there's one that has all the links. There's one that has all the prices, how people upgrade. If you have people that are already on demand and they just want to upgrade to it, there's a form that they fill out. If they're just starting out with it, then they actually just go order it. So just go check out the FAQ, make sure that you're on base with that. I feel like, how many of you guys have signed up for it? I can't see everybody's faces because we're like on the side over here. I signed up for it. Did most people sign up for the All Access On Demand? I'm hoping you did, and here's why. If you're not already doing on demand, then that kind of makes sense not to do it, I guess. But if you're already doing on demand, and you're paying the $38 every 3 months, this is cheaper. So you should upgrade. For the year, it's cheaper. I know it's more upfront, but it's worth it. So if you're thinking about doing it and you're already paying the money, then fill out the upgrade form, and I would do it just because you get all the programs. The challenge pack sales are ending. You guys already kind of know about this. There's also an FAQ on this that I did not put in the team training, but kind of updates what dates they're going to be taking them down. If you go in your back office and you go under breaking news, which you guys should be checking every day anyways, or at least every couple days, there's a whole FAQ that breaks down when the December sales are ending. I think it says like December challenge pack sales ending. A couple of them end this first week. A couple of them end next week on the 12th and stuff. And those challenge pack sales were the Core de Force, 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, and Country Heat for $140. So if you have people that can't do the All Access On Demand, they can't afford it, or they just want those programs, and they're doing Shakeology, then I would have them scoop that up right away. I'd get on it now before the price goes up because they won't have the sales again. Just to remind you guys again, I saw we have holidays are crazy. I feel like trying to do anything with coaching at all, just like trying to stay on top of things is hard enough. But we have the TEI Gives Back. And the back kind of needs to be scooted over. But the hashtag TEI Gives Back was just a new thing that we were doing on the team page. If you're new to the team and you don't know about it, all we're doing is sharing. The goal is every single week is to either shout somebody out or share an idea on the team page and then hashtag it TEI Gives Back. And then I'm supposed to search weekly. So I'm going to go at the end of this week and pick a couple winners from people who have posted in the last 2 to 3 weeks. We didn't have a lot of people doing it, but I'll look to see who was. So this is your chance. You have through Sunday night to shout someone out or share an idea on the team page. And I know not everyone's been hashtagging, so please do that because it makes it a lot easier for me to search. And if you don't care, you're just posting to post and you don't care about a prize, it's fine. But why not just hashtag it and then you might get a prize too. So also people have books in the bracelets. And so if you're one of those people that has the book and the bracelet and you're ready to pass it on and you need help picking someone out, let me know. I know I got a message from someone already. Or if you're interested in getting a book and a bracelet, let me know. Like if you're like, hey, I want to be part of this still, Sean, I didn't get a book and a bracelet, a personal development book, let me know, and I will have the next person send it to you. Team calendar is posted on the team page. I just encourage all of you guys to check it. I'm not going to talk about it a lot, but it has all of our team trainings, when the Fit Boss training starts, all that kind of stuff. So if you have a new coach that joins the team, encourage them to go to the photo section of the team page and just look for the most recent calendar so they have those dates and times. Summit is coming up. That's the big Beachbody conference. I did an event invite for it. It's in the middle of July. There's tickets still available. So if you're interested in going, it's in New Orleans. Summit for me in 2014 was a game changer. I mean, that's literally what made my business blow up. I feel like it's where I learned the most and I grew the most, and you get to work out with the trainers. And even if you just go to have a good time with us, it's a lot of good fun bonding time. Super Saturday is this weekend. I unfortunately don't know if I will be there or not. Who's going? Is anybody going to Super Saturday? Raise some hands. Anybody going to Super Saturday? I'll see Haley. Okay, I know some of you guys are going to Super Saturday. I don't know if I will be there, but I know that there's a group of us going to the Grand Rapids one, or try to get one that's local to you. If you need help finding one, let me know. They will be announcing where the next Success Club trip is. They'll probably have some new exciting announcements. I hate missing them because I feel like you get so much good information and it just motivates you. We have a Whole30 team group. Amanda Travis has been taking like heed to. She's amazing. I think she's on. When I was flipping through the pictures, I think she's on. But she's done an event invite for all of us to invite people to. I was supposed to start on Saturday. Everyone's starting it, or on Monday. I think everybody's starting at different times. So if you're interested in doing the Whole30 and you want support in a group, there will be a team group and you can invite people to it. And it's just focused on health. It's mostly just nutrition. It's not that you can work out, but I mean, the whole program is focused on healthy eating. And then the Fit Boss new coach training starts on Monday. So many reminders. I will try to keep the reminders limited next time. But if you have a new coach on the team, tag them in the event invite so that they can get added to the group. This is the time for them to get trained and to get up and running and going. If you're a returner, you're more than welcome to join too. I'm not going to go through all the shout outs, but I just wanted to, I posted it in the team page. I posted it out there, but December, you guys, December's a hard month. Like, it's no joke. It's even with the All Access On Demand coming out, with Christmas going on right after Thanksgiving, people aren't motivated. So if you're on any of these lists, I mean, even if you're not, you're amazing if you showed up during the month of December. But if you're on one of these lists and you hit a big goal, like, congratulations. Like, I'm proud of you. I think that as we go into the new year, I think this momentum and seeing this many people show up hopefully motivates other coaches to get excited and to jump into. I also want to shout out, I know Haley's on right now. I don't know if Mahala's on, but they released the top 5,000 Success Club point earners for 2000 for last year. And that's huge to be on that list of 5,000. And Haley and Mahala were on that list. And maybe Haley can correct. Haley was like 700 and something. Mahala was 3,000 and something, right? Haley, can I get a head nod? Yeah, she's not. They're both in the top 5,000, which is a huge accomplishment. So just a shout out to them quick. It's not easy. That means they consistently hit Success Club, and they're getting Success Club points throughout the whole year or most of the year. So anyways, into the actual training part. So this is the part I'm excited about. Okay, you guys, so I picked when I was thinking about what training to do to kick us off for the year, I kept going back and forth in my head, and I was like, okay, we could do one of those trainings where we talk about just top tips. I could do a training where I talk about how to find new coaches, how to get Success Club points, how to run kick butt challenge groups. Maybe I have someone guest speak. And I was kind of sitting there, and I was like, Sean, you've been doing this 3 years now, over 3 years. And I kept asking myself, like, what has kept me here? Like, so many people quit. So many people leave. So many people are not here 3 years from when they start. It doesn't happen a lot. And so I started to think about what was the one thing that I can think of that I did. And it was, I got back up again. Because let me tell you, this business has beat me down. And just life in general over the last 3 years has not always been this beautiful picture. I think a lot of times we see Shawn from now and we think big, beautiful house and out of debt, and she hit Success Club and she's got this big, amazing team, and it looks easy. My kids are older and I stay home a couple days a week and I can work the business. And I think a lot of people look at that and they go, well, of course she's successful. Look, it's easy. And the funny part of it is that beginning part was killer. And even the last couple of years, I've had my ups and downs. I've had my times that I've been beat down and really had to dig deep to pull myself back out and get back at it. For example, with my health. I mean, it's no big secret that I have struggled with my health big time. And when you're a Beachbody coach, and you lost over 100 pounds and you post about it all the time, and then you gain some weight back, like chunk of weight back, it's embarrassing and it's not fun and you don't feel good and it's just crappy. Let's just be honest here. So it would have been really easy to quit or hide or not come back, or a couple months ago just be like, I'm making a good income, my team rocks, like I'm not going to really worry about it anymore. But 2 reasons. 1, I want to be healthy and I want to feel good. And 2, I want to help other people. That was the whole goal of this. And I can't help other people if I'm not taking care of me. So I had to fight back. I had to kick some of those bad habits I had. I had to get back into working out. I got Pat back on base with me. And we're in a much better place now. But that was a huge bump. And in this business, trying to balance running a business. And I don't care who you see on this team and you think that this is easy for them, or you see someone out, a top coach you follow. So many of you follow top coaches and you'll be like, they're my idol. I love them. They seem perfect. Like, everything seems to be easy. And it's not. Those coaches struggle too. So anybody you see and you think that this is just a perfect little picture and it's easy to run a business from home, it's BS. So if you're sitting there and thinking of quitting because you think that it's harder for you, I'm telling you right now, it is hard for everybody. And the biggest thing you can do is to fight back. And so this slide I put in specifically because this picture right here represents a lot to me, and I used to share it with my coaches all the time and I kind of got out of the habit. But I also, they've shared it with me in the past. I actually think Lee posted this on one of my posts the other day about health and fitness, but this is what we think success looks like. I think a lot of times we think it's just we start this business and we start going and we start to hear no's and challenge groups stink, and it's all happened to all of us. I don't care what anybody says. I've had stinky challenge groups. I've had tons of people say no to me. I've missed goals. It looks like this. This is what my path has looked like to get where I am right now. A big, messy, squiggly line that actually went backwards sometimes and wasn't always moving forward. And so I think everybody needs to remind themselves of this as we start this year out and just kind of have that like real talk moment that this is not always going to be easy. And that if you want to be successful at this and you want to get where this arrow's going, wherever your dreams and goals and all that stuff is, you got to get through this messy part. You got to push through all those like valleys and dips, and you have to decide if you're willing to do that. Not everyone is, but whatever your goals are, your goals don't have to look like mine, but whatever this success thing looks like to you, even if it's just helping one person a month or working on your health, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have ups and downs. Maybe you didn't have it this last year. It might happen this year or the next year or 3 years down the road. It's going to happen. We all have it happen. And then the quote I put on here was, failure doesn't come from falling down. It comes from not getting back up. And I kind of like to switch it because I like a positive message better. But I like to say success doesn't come from never falling down. Success comes from always getting back up, because that's the way I view it. I've been knocked down so many times, and I always use that saying, fail forward. I failed so many times in different things in this business. And I was with Haley and Alicia today talking about, I didn't have a team. I didn't have a sponsor coach. And so if you guys think you messed up or you think things aren't going for you, you should meet Shawn from the first year. Me and Annie used to be like, what are we doing? We had no clue how to do any of this. And so our thing looked a lot like this for a lot longer. And so I just want to encourage you guys to kind of get in that thought process that bad things are going to happen. And, this year isn't going to probably go perfectly the way that you would envision it in any areas of your life, personal, business, all of that. It's how life works. And that I'm hoping I have some tips for you guys. I do a lot. Oops, I lost my screen now. I do a lot of personal development. I don't know if you guys do, and if you don't, I would make it a big goal for this year. But I do a lot of personal development, and from every personal development, I write down one thing from that personal development from that day that I want to apply sometime in my life. And so I have a lot of them about how to get back up. So I decided to give you guys kind of like my rules for myself. And hopefully you guys will take at least one or two of these and apply them to yourselves this year. On rules on how I get back up again, how I'm here 3 years later. So the first rule I always have with myself when I feel like I'm getting knocked down anywhere in life is to get back to the basics. So a good example of this would be if you're struggling health and fitness wise. So this is like me specifically talking to you guys how to apply this. So if you're struggling health and fitness wise and you've been switching programs like crazy, but 21 Day Fix works for you. That basic program helped you before and it can help you again. And you're struggling through a new program. Go back to 21 Day Fix. Or go back to the program that you love and that works for you. Get back to the basics. Or if you're struggling with an eating plan and it's just not working for you, you start the Whole30 and you're halfway through and you're like, this is crap. Like, I can't do this. I mean, don't just give up every time, but go back to the basics, strip it. Don't go crazy and go the opposite way. Same thing with your business. When I started to really struggle in my business this year, I got back to the basics. I think all of you guys saw that. I got back to working out and eating healthy and posting consistently on social media about it. The successes, the struggles, all of it. I didn't do a lot more than that. I just stripped it back to the basics and my business blew up. Even in December, I had one of my best months that I've had all year was in December. So I really feel like if you're struggling anywhere, take a deep breath and say, am I doing the basics? Like, do I need to take it back? Do I need to start over and get back to the basics? 1 second. My throat is so sore. So my second thing is personal development and taking care of you. So for example, I don't know if any of you guys deal with like seasonal depression or like feeling down. It's dark during the winter. And I get sad. I get down. My mom got me a sun lamp. It helps a little bit. But I've always been that way. I'm not a big fan. I should move south probably is the whole moral of the story here. But I just get a little down and it's hard for me. And so the other night I was sitting on the couch and I was feeling really down and I could have just kept sitting there and being mopey and I probably wouldn't have accomplished very much. And I was being short with Pat and the kids. And I said, no, I got up. I got Cooper around. I went for a walk. It was cold out, but I went for a 15-20 minute walk and I listened to personal development. I threw on a video that Amanda Travis had posted in the team page. It took me a couple seconds to pull it up. I listened to a lot of podcasts, stuff like that. But whenever I'm feeling down, and Annie and I are really good about reminding each other of this, when we're struggling, and we're crying about something that's going on in our lives or our business or whatever, a lot of times we'll say to each other, have you done personal development today? It sounds so stupid to some people. They don't get it. But after 3 years, I get it that when I'm struggling, it means I need to take a step and take care of me. I need to get active. I need to make sure I exercise that day. And then I need to make sure I do my personal development. So if you feel knocked down and your way to fix it is to have a pity party on the couch and be angry at everybody and be mad at the world, trust me, right now, you're not going to get very far. So you need to have that self-evaluation to say, I'm struggling right now. And my best bet right now is to take care of me for a couple minutes, to exercise, to do personal development, to do something that's going to put me in a better mood. I came back from that walk. And I love the video Amanda Travis shared, so you guys should all listen to it. But I came back from that walk so fired up. Like I was in such a good mood that night with the kids and Pat. I sat down, I messaged for like 2 hours because I was so excited. So don't belittle how a simple thing like getting up and taking a walk or doing your workout for the day or getting up and running around your couch with your kids. I do that with the kids sometimes. Or doing some type of personal development instead of messaging or doing other things. Don't belittle how much that can impact how you feel in this business and just about yourself in general. The next one I said is show up in the hard times, not just the easy. So I've said this to Annie before many times, that the truth of the matter is the coaches, the true coaches, the people who really want this to work or they want to succeed aren't just the coaches who show up in the good times, the ones who are so like, how many of us, when we hit Success Club or something exciting happens, you want to shoot it from the rafters? But how many of us really want to be like, yay, I got 10 no's today? Like nobody wants to do that. It's hard to show up in the hard times. It's hard to be excited and motivated and to want to be messaging people and to want to be posting, on social media and doing all those things when things are hard. But the true coaches, the people who really come out and succeed at this, or even just anywhere in life, you guys don't have to apply this just to coaching. It can be your health and fitness. It could be anything. Are those people that show up in the hard times. Y'all, I had a miscarriage 2 Marches ago. And it's still hard for me because I went through a really hard time after that, it's a long story, but a dark time in that. And I always think back on it. I was not the perfect coach during that time frame. I really struggled. I had a really hard time. I had to lean on Annie and all of them, but I still showed up. That was one of the hardest times I've went through since I got healthy and I became a coach. And it was a dark time, but actually coaching saved me in a lot of ways. My challengers, my coaches, my support team, turning to them in that hard time helped me to get through it. So getting back up again, a lot of times is about showing up, even when it's hard, during the slower times of the year, when people are saying no, running challenge groups when nobody wants to be in them. Those are the times that you get back up and you fight again. And you really prove that you're in this to help people and that this means something to you and that you're passionate about it or doing whatever you want to do with coaching. The next one is one of my favorites. I have done a whole training on this before because there was a certain period of time. It's way better now. I love you coaches. I feel like we've really gotten away from this, but the team page used to be a place where everybody just complained all the time. That's how I felt. Not all the time, but it's where they went to vent. They always wanted to post. And a year ago, we were having a lot of issues with shipping and different things happening with Beachbody that were not so great. And what I saw was when one person would post, I'm so mad at Beachbody, they did this, 10 other people, that would have the most comments. Negativity breeds negativity. It really does. When one person's negative, all of a sudden everybody else wants to go down the rabbit hole. But when people are being positive, for some reason, not everybody wants to show up when people are being positive. So what we did is I'd been doing some personal development about we all have so much energy to give out in a day. To our families, to our challengers, to our coaches, for ourselves, for the people we love. And so many people waste a big chunk of their energy every day venting, complaining, gossiping. The personal development, I don't remember what it was now because it's been a good year. But I just remember reading one of the lines being seriously, do you really need to vent about the same situation to 10 different people? How many of us have had that moment where we're really angry about something, not even just with coaching, and you find yourself venting to your husband, venting to your best friend, venting to another person, and before you know it, you're down this hole of you've sucked everybody else into that negative moment, and you haven't fixed anything. A lot of times when you're venting, you think it's going to make you feel better, but it usually makes someone else feel worse. And on top of it, you have no solution. Now, if you're venting or talking to someone because you're trying to figure out what to do next, that's different. And that's being solution driven. So for example, if something goes wrong with Beachbody and they sent the wrong challenge pack to your challenger and you spend all day being pissed at Beachbody and complaining to your coach and complaining to other people, but you never take a moment and say, well, how could I work towards a solution? What do I have control over? And exert your energy towards that, you're going to find a solution quicker. You're going to be able to help your people faster. You're going to waste less energy on being negative and angry, which solves nothing. And so the next time something goes wrong, and I'm going to talk about the 24-hour rule next. Next time something goes wrong, really ask yourself, where do I want to exert that energy? What do I need to do next that could solve this? And I think people even my husband, I think, sometimes gets annoyed with me being positive. Like I've had coaches before tell me like, you only want the page to be a positive place. And I'm like, yep, I do. If you want to vent to me, you can vent to me. You can vent one time, vent about the situation. And then I'm going to ask you, what's the solution? What are we going to do next? It's just what I do. I know it's annoying, but let me tell you, it has allowed me to go from being a very negative, angry, sad person 5 years ago who vented and was mean. And every time somebody did something, I would just get angrier, to being someone who actually is like, is that something I have control over and I want to exert energy on or not? And so I really think this is such a key one, especially in this business, is focusing on what you can control. 24-hour rule. So let's say that you are upset, you're mad, you're angry about something, or you're excited about something. You had some type of success in your business or success personally in life. I think Melanie Mitro, somebody did a call on how they have the 24-hour rule. And so if they're really upset about something, or really like something like really big happens that is horrible, like in your business, maybe you wanted to hit Success Club and you missed it by 1 point, or you had a goal for that month income wise and you missed it by like $500. I don't know. Your challenge group is stinking or something and you were really upset about it. You are allowed to give yourself 24 hours to be sad, be angry, be whatever, but then you need to move on. And the same thing is with big successes. Yay, you hit Success Club. Yay, you hit a new rank. Yay, something personal happened good in your life. Celebrate it. Be excited. Take your 24 hours and be excited about it. Like I celebrate, man, when something, like, I'll be honest, my check today was huge compared to where it's been the last couple months, like life-changing money for me and Pat. And I celebrated. I was excited. That's amazing. It's awesome. But I'm going to get back up tomorrow morning and just get back to work. I still did today. I'm working tonight. Oh, like I'm excited. I celebrated. But then I have that rule with myself to be like, okay, that was awesome. That's cool. On to the next thing. You know what I mean? Now you have to move on, because you won't move forward at all if you're always stuck being sad or feeling disappointed about something. And then my last thing, and I already did like a quick video on the team page about it, was this isn't a race. I think the biggest thing I keep hearing from coaches, and this is not me targeting one coach. So if you're a coach that's on this, that's talked to me about it, I do not want you to feel targeted. But I have a lot of coaches lately who I just feel kind of like they're like, I'm not growing fast enough. These other coaches are rank advancing. How come I'm not hitting Success Club? I really don't think this is for me. And they've been coaching for like 2 or 3 months. And all I can think in my head is, it took me almost a year to feel like a legitimate coach, almost a year to feel like a legitimate coach. Like every single month was like, what the heck am I doing? And I was busting my butt. I was working. I had my head to the ground and I was working. And that's hard. I remember how hard that is when you are working your booty off and you feel like no one wants your help and everyone's saying no. I remember that feeling. But for some reason, I was so focused on my goals and my dreams for this business and the people that I was helping at that moment that I never really let all that other static stuff about what everyone else was doing. If Annie had more Success Club points than me, sometimes we'd feel a little competitive, but that was about it. Everything else was kind of blinders up. This is my race. This is what I'm doing. And I'm going to keep at it. And I'm not going to give up. I just had this attitude of, I didn't care what happened in the next year. I was going to be there. I was still going to be a coach. And so that's not for everyone. I know some of you that are on here might not be a coach in a year or 2. I get that. And this might not be your thing. But if you're passionate about helping people, if you really want this to work, you have to give it time and you have to stay consistent and you have to focus on you and block out what everyone else is doing, congratulate people on the shout outs, and then keep moving and be like, that's awesome. You hit Success Club. I'm hitting it next month. You know what I mean? Like, have that type of attitude. And if you don't hit it the next month and you want to hit it, go for it the next month and just keep going until you hit those goals and your dreams. are what matters, not what everyone else is doing. They don't, they're other people's opinions, what other people are doing, that does not matter in what you're doing. I know sometimes it feels like it does. It doesn't. It doesn't. So you just need to focus on your own goals and your own dreams. And so I'm just going to end with you guys in saying this, that I saw a lot of coaches. You guys don't know, I don't know if all of you know, but today is the day that they call coaches who are in the top, like premier and they're elite and they're all these like top things. And all coaches that I know are getting phone calls today and stuff. And I remember last year saying I was going to be one of those people getting those phone calls, and I'm not. I didn't get that phone call. I didn't hit that goal this year. And I thought for a minute I would feel sad about it. But I like to take the opinion that I'm still here and that that's a success. And I like to look at what our team accomplished in the last year. And I like to look at what my family accomplished in the last year. And I like to be happy for those people who did hit that goal of getting that big phone call from corporate and stuff. I thought would be important. And for me to remember, to recenter ourselves as a team, to remember that our goals aren't centered just on Success Club or Premier or Elite or all these other things, that they focus back on the fact that you started this for a reason. I'm guessing that a huge chunk of you started Beachbody because you were struggling in one way or another. And Beachbody was an answer to that, either health-wise, financial-wise, or in all ways. Like for me, confidence, meeting people, all those things. Focus on the good that that's bringing to your life, and don't focus on what it's not bringing to your life, I guess. Don't waste your time and energy worrying about what didn't happen last year. Focus on what you want to happen this year, because that's what matters now. What happened last year doesn't matter. So I'm going to stop the share, and I just want to see everybody's faces. Okay. I don't know if not everyone's faces are showing, but I do want to take a picture. So I want everybody to smile, and I'm going to pick one winner because you guys jumped on the first call this year. And I'm going to give out a $25 Amazon gift card so you guys can scoop up some personal development or something fun. But I appreciate that you guys are on here live on this first call, because I know it's a busy week after New Year. So everybody smile. I'm just going to hold it. No, I'm just kidding. I took it. Sorry. I was going to pretend like I didn't take it. So you guys just get back up again. If you didn't listen to the Trolls song, Pop, I didn't really talk about that, but the last thing I'll say is if you didn't listen to the Troll song, listen to it. Poppy is a character in the movie. I can't believe I associate myself with a troll, but I am. But she gets beat down in the movie. Who's seen the movie? Who's seen Trolls? Okay, so in the movie, she's like, dude, I got this. Like, it reminded me of a young Sean coach being like, I got this. I'm going to run my first challenge group. It's going to be awesome. People are going to love it. And then it was 90 days long, and it was horrible, and nobody was posting at the end, and it was like me alone. And I'm like, I'm horrible at this. But I got back up again, and I ran another challenge group. And so I just think that's the mentality you have to have if you want to have success. And I see a lot of coaches on here that have gotten knocked down and got back up. So this is our year. Okay, you guys? So that's it. Happy Thursday. I'm going to end it and let you guys go enjoy your night. Bye, guys.